Hello! I noticed myself being muted. I didn't need anyone else to remind me. Take notice! I am Tia Faire, idol-philosopher and justice incarnate. How are you today? Hi, Penpoo! Hello, how are you? Yeah. I have a small favor I want to ask of you, for those of you who are here, and I will, this is new, but I want it to be sort of an ongoing thing. So I'll say it now for the first time, but I will going forward I will remind everyone as often as necessary. Oh, Penbu says good. Happy 1 month anniversary. Thanks. Oh, hi Zero. Hi Berserker. Hi Tara. So my request is, on my streams, if you're ever waiting in pre-chat or I should say waiting on my starting screen, you're waiting for me to come, it would make me really happy if you spammed something in the chat to like emojis in the chat to let me know that you're there and you're waiting for me. There are two reasons for this. But first, I'll say like the emojis should be either red hearts because my image color is red, or the scales of justice because that's my oshi mark. So there are two reasons I would like this to start happening. One is that I have this thing where I'm always paranoid as to whether the chat box is working or not, because like I had a really bad experience last year when I did practice streams with a PNG model, and like for the life of me I could not get that YouTube chat box working in OBS, and it scarred me. So like that hasn't, like, thankfully that hasn't happened ever since I started streaming as a VTuber. It hasn't happened even once, but nevertheless, like just that sole experience was enough to scar me. I know every single time I stream, like before anyone has shown up and typed anything, I look at the empty like space where the chat box is supposed to be, and I'm like, is it gonna work today? I'm so scared. I see people already spamming. Gurdon, hi. I'm not sure if I've seen you in my chat before, but nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, hi Robo. Thank you for the emoji. Oh, hi Ashers. Oh, the evil hidden emoji. And then the other reason is just that I think it's just more. The other reason is more like a sentimental one than a practical one. So like yeah, so when you send the emojis, it helps me know that the chat box is working. It also helps me a bit with my anxiety, just to have an idea of like who to expect, like who's you know, it's just nice to know that people are already there waiting for me, you know, makes it a bit less awkward for me. And then the other reason is more sentimental in nature, and that is I just my in case you couldn't already tell, like my I don't know what's the word for it. My ethos when it comes to VTubing is heavily inspired by Hololive. Like Hololive is like basically how I got into VTubing, and that remains sort of my template as to how I feel like I should be a VTuber. It's to some extent an artifact of the days when I aspired to be an agency VTuber, but nevertheless, you'll find that in it's really common for in Hololive streams for viewers to do the same thing, to spam like their Oshimar, the streamers Oshimarks in the starting screen, or their yeah, the heart that matches their image color. And I for one, I try to do the same for other streamers I support, even small streamers, even non-agency VTubers. That's my little way of sort of expressing support. So if you for instance, if you've ever seen me before in Axaeon's chat or Charis's chat, when I'm in Axaeon's chat, I'll often send him purple hearts, and when I'm in Charis's chat, I'll often send him yellow hearts because those are their image colors. That's how I try to let my senpais know that I love them and I support them. Hi Ari, good evening. No, it's still the afternoon for me. I'm not that far behind you, or not, or yeah. Oh, actually, no, yeah. I'm actually no. It's the opposite. I'm actually very far behind you in time. So yeah, it's still only the afternoon for me. Shinobu, kya vampire? Eh? What? Who are you calling a vampire? I don't see any vampires here. Burden, I've never been here before. You just got recommended to me. Oh, I like part of your username sounded like familiar, so I like was kind of like I wasn't sure if you were someone I like had already seen and I was misremembering the name or a completely new person. But that's cool. Welcome. I'm doing a chatting stream today celebrating my 1 month anniversary of being a VTuber. I hope you stick around. I'm gonna try to make it entertaining, and I'm also very good. I would like to think that I'm very good at remembering my viewers. I treasure them very much. I try to remember everyone who comes and say hi and regularly show my gratitude for their support. Still 2 p.m. here. Then that means we're in the same time zone. Oh, hi Ava. Woo, congrats for 1 month. Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. Actually, since you're here, Ava, should I start off with a song like I did last week? I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not. I was like kind of like waffling back and forth over it. But like there's so many people here today, and you've all been so kind already. It puts me in a celebratory mood. And plus it would be kind of maybe it would be a bit weird if I didn't sing for an anniversary stream when it wouldn't be festive very festive if I didn't do that. So I didn't prepare the music ahead of stream, but I can take a minute to set it up right now. It would just take like a minute or two. It won't take too long. Because I kind of like forgot about it, slash like wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it, this might oh fuck, it's not in wait, it's not in my bookmarks? I thought, you know what? Okay. Don't worry. I think I still got this. Actually, maybe this will be okay. Let me think. Let me think for a second. Ari, to be honest, I often say good evening in real life regardless of what time it is, so that's fair. I mean, good evening makes it sound kind of classy. It's more so than saying like good morning or good afternoon. There's just something about good evening, I think. Okay, if I'm gonna sing, then first of all I need to remember to mute my background music, and then I need to so because I wasn't sure if I would sing ahead of time, I didn't rehearse this very much, the song that I was considering singing I wasn't sure of, so like please bear with me. I might, you know, it might not be my best. Okay, then I need to also pull up the lyrics because I didn't memorize those either. Okay, I'm gonna mute the background music and enable desktop audio. Okay, I'm a little nervous, but here it goes. Kaze ni fukarete誰も気づかぬよ区別がつかない モノクロの世界色を足しても何も見えなくてまるで私は息を止めていたもういいよ遠くても叶えたい私はロボの世界思いも抱きしめてたいのに夢のキャンバスに居続ける意味はこの胸に輝いているストーリー与えることに意味などないけど拾い集めた結果失うのそして夜はその冷たさを溶かして手を伸ばしたもういいよ遠くも届けたい私は受け止めてく涙も抱きしめてたいのに夢のキャンバスに心込めるのはこの空に描き出してくストーリーそして夜はその冷たさを溶かして手を伸ばしたもういいよ遠くても叶えたい私のこの世界思いも言葉で包んだ夢のキャンバスに色を出していくこの胸に今輝いて強くなくてもいい壊れたけてもいいこの心は永遠に羽ばたいて日々のように塗り替えていく晴れとThat was Palette by Tokoyami Towa from All the Life. My voice cracked a little bit because I haven't warmed up beforehand, which is not a good idea. Not to warm up before singing, and I you could probably tell that needed more rehearsal time. The last time I practiced that was like last week. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to sing this song next week or if I want to do something else. And so yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Thanks. Oh yeah. So the reason I wanted to sing Palette was because a while back in my Vampire Survivor stream, I was humming Palette throughout the stream, and then I thought to myself, like, it's it's a nice song. I think like I should try to learn the lyrics and sing it for real. Oh, hi Grace. Oh, thank you for the anniversary wishes. Ari, you're really spoiling us with all these karaoke freebies. Still, your voice is amazing. That was so peak. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and then another reason I wanted to do it was because I know you're a fan of Towa, Ava. You call it spoiling, Ari, but I don't know if it is because I don't recall if you were there when I explained this. But in a week or so ago, I was talking about how because of my health issues, I don't feel like I can do one dedicated karaoke stream each month, like I said I would, and in my debut stream and originally wanted to. Like I don't think I have what it takes to sing for a whole hour and dedicate a whole stream just to singing. So my workaround for that is just sing one song each week during each chatting stream instead. And then if you add them all up, it's kind of like half a karaoke stream. So I feel like it kind of works. And I also feel like that the song, I mean it's Towa's song, but I personally feel like it suits me pretty well, or maybe it would suit anyone who both sings and draws well, because the song has like an art theme, and I'm also an artist. For anyone who doesn't know, I drew my own VTuber model. This was all me. I drew this. So yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. That was a little rough in my voice though. I should have warmed up. Now I'm trying to recalibrate vocally. Ari says, "Oh, I might have missed that bit. I do think it works well. You gotta edit those parts together sometime and release a karaoke comp." I don't know. That is an idea. I didn't think about doing that, but I'll think about it. I feel like I can think of reasons why I wouldn't want to do that, but so I'll think about that, and how that meshes with my other music related plans for my channel. So thanks for the suggestion. Right, so that singing was unplanned. That was totally impromptu. What I actually wanted to do after starting the stream was yeah. So today, for my first month anniversary, it's not such a. I hesitate to market this as like some sort of huge celebration, because I don't know if it is. Like one month isn't that long, you know. Hopefully there will be bigger milestones down the road to celebrate. I hope you weren't expecting a big party with all the bells and whistles or anything, because this isn't that. Not sure it will get more festive than me singing like I did just now. But something I did want to do today, which is sort of maybe anniversary or milestone themed, is to talk in more detail about my goals for the future, and sort of what my vision is for this channel, because I realized that's not something that I've gone into much detail about. I did have a goal slide in my debut stream, but it was very I don't know. It was pretty bare bones. It was pretty minimal, and I do have sort of philosophy. I have a deeper philosophy behind what I want to do as a VTuber and with this channel that I really haven't elaborated on at all. And I figured that it might be useful to actually, put that out there and make it known to you guys. Because it actually may be beneficial in the future. So we're gonna get to that later. But first, I want to talk about something else. Oh, and Ari says, if we are lucky, you could hit the 100 sub milestone very soon too. Yeah, you mentioned that. I was actually, I think my current sub count is like 89. I swear it was at 90 over the weekend, and then some jackass unsubscribed from my channel like yesterday, and I was like, I know it's like, I know you shouldn't take these things personally, like I try my hardest, but I was like, my guy, like, who do you think you are unsubscribing from my channel? Do you know how hard I work? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? What I do, and like, all of what I do is to make the world a fairer place. It's for the greater good. And this is how you do me? What? Yeah, we get those occasionally. Sometimes it's YouTube doing it too because it thinks it's a bot. Ah! So it's YouTube's fault! I should have known. I should have known. It's always YouTube's fault. Okay, that's enough of that. So I was wait, I was gonna hide my mic and then I forgot. I'm not singing anymore. So I was going to talk about the first. I was going to talk about the collab that quality. Quality over quantity, did you say? Yeah. You guys are quality. I'll admit that. You guys are quality. I would definitely take all of you over like a whole bunch of bots, like a 1,000 bots or something, right? Because you know, numbers are just numbers. They don't really, you know, mean anything more than that. But like, I'd rather have like a smaller number of like actual like living, breathing viewers who like, you know, like talk to me and like whom I have like fun with, and then like, you know, like tons of subscribers who are just like dead accounts that like don't show up to my streams, if you know what I'm saying. So my model, you know, froze for I play up being annoyed, but I'm like, what's the word? I'm like grateful. I'm like grateful and like kind of, I'm still kind of like grateful and sometimes I guess just surprised that people want to you know, come watch me at all. Like my streams generally get at least 100 views on average per VOD, and that's amazing to me. Like 100 different people want to watch me like play games and talk about stuff. It's so much fun, and I'm so thankful. Better than a podcast. Beat Bob. In good news, like 1/6 of your sub base is currently here. Yeah, if we put it that way. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about the collab. So speaking of like subs and numbers and metrics, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my collab VOD like fucking popped off. Has anyone like seen it? Has anyone visited my channel page since Saturday? Like that thing is sitting at over 300 views right now. It's actually my most popular VOD somehow. It beat out my debut stream of all things. My debut stream was like until now my most popular VOD, and it's beating it by a long shot. I was stunned. I wasn't really sure how well it would do, but I checked the analytics page for the VOD, and it says that like a lot of people searched. A lot of people, it looks like a lot of people found the VOD by searching like basically like SSBU, like Smash Ultimate stream, and then they watched. The average watch time was like 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm guessing like a lot of the views just come from like random people wanting to see like Smash Ultimate gaming take place, and then they just stayed and watched like a couple matches and like, or you know, and then they were like, okay, I've had enough, and then they left. That was where like most of my traffic, you know, came from, which is pretty you know, interesting. I feel like it says something about how maybe certain kinds of games, if you stream them, attract those kinds of casual viewers who are just kind of you know, like certain kinds of streams maybe good for drawing that kind of attention. I would like to think that part of the success is due to like the fact that it cooked on the thumbnail, because I looking at my channel page, I generally put a lot of effort into each of the thumbnails I do. I don't know if you guys can tell. I try really hard to make them both like aesthetically pleasing and you know, like and readable and all that stuff. And but I kind of feel like the collab one might actually be the prettiest and best thumbnail in my channel so far, because it's got like the color dichotomy between red and blue, and then I put the Smash mural in the background, because originally my I had a different idea for the thumbnail, but then I tested it and I was like, I don't I don't think this is eye-catching enough, and then I thought of using the Smash mural because of how sort of like iconic it is for people who've played the game. Like I figured, oh, if people are scrolling through YouTube and they see this thumbnail, like they'll recognize that it's like Smash Ultimate right away and they'll want to click on it. And I think that came true. So I think that I was like absolutely correct to do that. And then oh, let me read comments. I saw that stream just yesterday. Very cool one. Nice Leon cameo. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ari. Thanks so much. The fans crave more Leon cameos. Yeah, I think they might. Leon, do you think you're ready to step up for that? I'm not going to disappoint them. You fought valiantly. You sure fought valiantly. LMAO, Leon shows up in one stream. It becomes an absolute success. I feel like it's always like that with like VTubers, and like they're like whoever like they know in real life, like their like mom or their sibling or like their partner. Like think of like Peko Mama or like Anemachi. Like the real life like cameo is like just like disproportionately popular. The collab thumbnail is pretty good. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. And like also the fact that like I put the text "to philosophers play" on it, and I thought that would invoke some intrigue, because you don't usually associate philosophy and Smash Ultimate together, like of all things. Like we talked about this during the collab, right? And I so like my idea was that people would see that and think like, what the fuck, like philosophers playing Smash, like what is this? Like I need to check this out, because that's like so weird. Like why would philosophers like play Smash? Like are they like good at it? Like I've never like that kind of thing. And then like finally the fact that there's a boy and a girl in the thumbnail, and I feel like fighting games in general are pretty like male coded, and then in the case of like VTubers, especially like Hololive, it's usually like more often than not it's like two girls playing against each other. So the fact that it's like co-ed was also maybe a little bit like a bit I don't know, unique. I don't, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like I felt like that would invoke some intrigue as well. My poor skills in other games do not carry over to... Oh, did you make a typo there? I feel like you might have. The collab stream was such a fun time. I especially enjoyed the discussion segments. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed them, Berserker. I'll get to talking about the discussion segments in a bit. I'm really glad you enjoyed that part. I wanted to say so in terms of the behind the scenes of the collab, when Axaeon and I agreed that we would be playing Smash Ultimate and that it would be on my channel, I quickly realized that I would have to be the one taking the lead in the collab, because it's on my channel, right? So that means like I have to be the host, because it can't really be any other way or it would be weird. That put a bit of pressure on me because of course Axaeon has been streaming for longer, and he has more experience just both streaming in general and doing collabs, whereas for me it was my very first collab. So but nevertheless I tried my best to step up to the plate, and I think I did a pretty good job for the most part. I don't think I completely fell flat on my face or anything. Ari, I feel like Charis's point of the philosophers being too engrossed in the violence to discuss it went underappreciated. Yeah, so it turns out even just intellectual philosopher VTubers of all people can have you know, how do they call it? Like we have like the unga bunga within us. And speaking of which, did you guys see Axe? And like how good he is? He's so good. I was trying to tell everyone he's like he's just like a born pro gamer. He's good at every single game I've ever seen him watch him play. I've never seen him be bad at a single game. It's like and like the thing is like I think a lot of what it comes down to, like I think a lot of it comes down to how you know, I don't know if this was obvious to you guys, but it felt obvious to me, being the one getting beat up by him, that he has like just really fast reaction times. Like he can respond to things like really quickly, and this was also on display in his streams of Faith the Unholy Trinity. I don't know how many of you have seen that. He was so humble too. Yeah, he's the most like humble person in the world. Son of a Mario Party. Natural gamer. Hearing natural gamer is still funny. Why is that funny? But he is, right? I feel like I need to play him at some point. Yeah, go right ahead. Like I go the fuck ahead. Like if you guys think you can take him, go ahead. Like he's all yours. And it really just confirms a theory that I had about fighting games, which is that people dismiss fighting games as just being like mindless action games that you button mash at, but you know, I've been playing games of fighting. I've played a number of different fighting games, and I also watched Jam, so I know that that's not the case at all. I personally, my theory about fighting games is they're actually just like very fast strategy games. Why can't I speak? Strategy games, and that's why the genre attracts so many intellectuals. Like if you look at the top players, maybe not like all of them, but like a lot of them are actually like really smart dudes. Like they're not like simple-minded people. Like they're really smart dudes. And that fits Axe to a T. I actually during the stream I remembered a funny story that I didn't get to talk about, but I don't know how many of you here are FGC fans, but I just mentioned so one of my favorite FleshTubers is named Jam. He's a professional fighting game commentator and also streams on Twitch. He does a lot of like fighting game like tutorials and things like that, and like metagame analyses and stuff like that. He's a brainy guy and a cool guy. So I remember in one YouTube clip of his, he was talking about like fighting like FGC players complaining about games that they play, right? And like the reason I remember this was because of how Axe and I ended up doing Marth versus Falco with me as Marth and him as Falco. And that's like a time-honored matchup from Super Smash Bros. Melee. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Smash or Melee, in Melee, Marth and Fox are two, like Fox plays similarly to Falco, right? Like Marth and like Fox and like Falco are like the top three characters. And like infamously, like Marth has the advantage against Fox/Falco in that matchup, and then Sheik beats Marth, and then Fox beats Sheik. So so yes, so in one of his clips, Jam was saying like he was talking about the player Leffen. So I don't know how many of you guys know Leffen, but like Leffen is basically like my FGC Oshi. He's like my favorite FGC player, right? Like very smart, cool guy. and Leffen means fox. So Seijan was the theme was like fight like FGC players complaining about games that they play. So Seijan was saying like, if Leffen could choose between world peace and removing Marth from Melee, Fox would not have a competitive matchup. World peace. I find that so funny. They sure are strategy games, but I personally prefer something slower for my strategy game picks. That's fair, right? I Axe is just built different. Like, let's just put it that. Let's just agree on that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I did worse than I was expecting to, which is a little disappointing. But I can't be too mad because, you know, all in all, it is. How do I say this? I'm very proud of Axe. If I had to lose to anybody, I'm glad it was him, as opposed to anybody else. Yeah, he deserves the title of best philosopher VTuber gamer. I'm happy to see that title to him. Although to be fair, I rewatched the VOD recently, and I feel like I wasn't maybe I could talk about this later. Basically, I wasn't at my best that day, and some of the matches were really close. You know, for some of them I made like very kind of like silly and avoidable mistakes. So if I had been at my best, sort of like physically and mentally, I think we could have gone like 5-3 instead of like 7-1, which was what it actually was. So I'm not saying like the results would have been like that different. I think that overall he's still the better gamer and the better player. I admit that, but if I were feeling better, it could have been closer, I think. Yeah, I guess you got Axe. No, don't rub it in. That's rude. My friend has been trying desperately to get me into fighting games for over a decade. They remain unsuccessful. Yeah, like I feel like fighting games. Well, now we're getting into like the fighting game discourse, but yeah, there's a whole like discourse out there about how like fighting games are like kind of like niche. Why are they niche? Like are they hard to get into and all that stuff. It's been discussed thoroughly on Sejam's channel. So I won't go into it now, but it is an interesting discourse. Speaking of Axaeon, is he online? Let me check. I don't think he is. He's probably still sleeping. Yo, Charis is Charis is online, but not Axe. Wrong philosopher. Oh well, I'll just link this part of the VOD. I'll link the timestamp to him later. I was just trying to make a pun, not trying to be rude. No, but I don't want to be reminded of my failure. Please spare me. Okay. I mean, if you find a game series you like that has a fighting game, it's a good entry point. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you plan on continuing the Just a Spoken series? Oh yes, I do. I made. Oh, I didn't make a YouTube post about that, but I posted that on Blue Sky and Twitter. I'm gonna talk about what's happening with Just a Spoken a bit later on in the stream. So look forward to that. That's definitely supposed to be on the docket for today. As I was saying, speaking of Axaeon, I want to publicly apologize to him because I fucked up on something. So on Sunday, I reached out to him thanking him for the collab, and then he messaged me back saying like, can you like can you I want to basically like can you are you like available to like voice call today, like I want to like talk to you about a couple of things, and it sounded like like a bit like I could tell that I could tell that like maybe something was wrong, because it sounded maybe weirdly a bit urgent for him, because he's not usually like that. So we called, and then he was like, so Tia, yesterday during the stream, you said that something I said was disingenuous, and I wanted to ask you what you meant by that, because do you know what like disingenuous means? And I was like, I was I don't even remember saying that, because I was like mentally checked out that day, and the whole stream was a blur to me, and I haven't had a chance to watch the VOD yet. And I was like, no, that's okay. I just wanted to let you know that like the word disingenuous means like dishonest, like deceiving, and like so I wanted to check that like you like I just wanted to confirm that you misspoke and you didn't mean to call me dishonest. I was like, no, of course not. I'm so sorry. I was like, we were like trying to like find out what happened and why, and then like I have in the meantime since then had the opportunity to watch the VOD, like I mentioned. So I did find the part where I said that. How do I say this? I think I just don't understand English, guys. So I've been using the word disingenuous wrong my whole life, because I didn't know that it meant deceiving. I thought it meant more like misguided. So if I could go back to that moment and redo it, I probably would have said misguided instead, because that's what I thought it meant. I didn't think that it meant like intentionally like deceiving people, and I'm like ever since then I've been like horrified, and I'm appalled at myself, and I'm so remorseful for saying that. I've just accepted now that my role is one of a casual observer. Oh, I remember that. It did strike me as out of left field for a bit. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me feel better that you know what it means that I don't. No, stop. Stop. No. Ego Jones. Tôi là cô gái Việt Nam, không biết nói tiếng Anh. This is racism. This explains so much about things you've said. Don't say weird things in the chat. Fair though, English, dumb language. Yeah, what Tara said. English is a dumb language. English just sucks to me, even doesn't need to speak. Anyway, let's move on from this quickly. All this is to say, I want to make it really clear to everyone that Axaeon is the opposite of disingenuous. He's the most sincere person alive. I wanted with my whole heart to clarify that and to try to set things right. Especially for those of you who may not have been familiar with him before. But he's not disingenuous at all. He's extremely sincere. I did not publicly apologize so that people could refuse to let me live this down. How could you? Now Charis, that's a disingenuous fellow. Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, I was trying. I don't know if you could tell. I was trying to make him look good throughout the stream, and I in that moment I failed at my mission. I did the opposite of what I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm very regretful about that. So yeah, I've by the way, I've gone back and added timestamps to the VOD. You know, since I was, you know, rewatching it anyway. Sorry. I also plan to add timestamps to my other VODs at some point in the future. So far, it's only on the one. There was only the one that has it. But yeah, and I've added like a footnote that says like I used the word disingenuous here and I didn't mean to. I think what I meant to say was misguided. We have a whole stream ready for that guy. Oh yes, we do, but it will be on his channel. I hate when you have to use that like when. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Tara. Like that, it feels like most of the time you can avoid that, but sometimes you can't, and it sounds it like looks like you made a typo. It looks bad. Yeah, you can say that to Charis for sure. He deserves it. We'll see. Well, maybe I might talk about the collab either now that the theme of it has been revealed. I will have to miss the Charis stream, but you can bully him in my stead. No, you're always great at putting one blast. Yeah, it won't be the same without you, Hannah. We'll miss having you there. Yeah, anyway. What the fuck? Okay, I wrote down I jotted down some notes as to what I wanted to say before stream, to make sure I wouldn't forget anything important, because we have a lot on the docket, and now I have like I can't read my writing. It's like what's the point of like me writing if I can't? Okay, here it says, yeah, okay. I was and I know why I'm confused, because I wrote this kind of out of order. The even worse, I feel like I can't guarantee that this won't happen again. Me, you know, accidentally disparaging people I highly respect on stream because I apparently I don't understand English, right? Like if there's already one word that I was misusing my whole life, like there's a non-zero chance that I am misusing other words, and now I'm like paranoid. Like I can't even promise that this won't happen again. That's like that. So, please guys, go easy on this ESL speaker. Racism is very bad. Please help me be respectful to my senpai. I don't want to make them feel bad. I want to make them look good in front of everyone, except maybe Charis. He makes himself look bad sometimes. I'm just having a sip of water. I don't know if you heard that. I'll quiz you on words for the rest of your life now. Don't worry. Wow, like you know, like way to be patronizing. Okay. We're not done talking about the collab yet, because I'd like to make a statement about this as well. This is about the discussion segment of the collab. For those of you who were there, thank you very much for your not just your participation, but for you know, welcoming Axe and I guess you know, not making snap judgments about him, because I realized that the discussion got maybe entered it entered some political territory and got more political than I originally envisioned that it would. That was unplanned, and that was largely due to your participation. And I'm not saying that it was a bad thing, because I think it was more fun and more meaningful with those higher stakes. But at the same time, I realized that, you know, speaking of politics, not everyone, I sense that not all of my viewers may sort of, not all of my viewers, you know, political views may align with that of Axaeon's. If anything, I would hazard a guess that they align more closely with mine. Not that I've been too explicit about my political views on stream, as that's not like the point of this channel. This isn't like a politics channel. First and foremost, it's a, you know, more of a philosophy channel. But nevertheless, I you know, chat reflects streamer, as they say, and you can probably like, I don't go out of my way to talk about politics, but I don't go out of my way to hide my views either. So just based on certain pieces of circumstantial evidence, you can probably tell, you know, sort of roughly where my views on things are. With that in mind, it makes me really happy that you treated Axe welcomingly, and you didn't, like, you know, like badmouth him or anything like that. I feel that I personally felt like that was really important to say in the political climate that we live in, and how you know, not everyone and every space out there may be as tolerant and as welcoming to sort of you know, different opinions. When I said that he was our favorite white guy from Tennessee, and that you know, my stream and my channel was a safe space for him, I may have said that in an irreverence or a tongue-in-cheek way, but I really meant it. The underlying sentiment was absolutely genuine. I don't want my channel to be an echo chamber where I force my views on everyone. I want it to be a space where people can express different opinions, so long as everyone is on the same page of, you know, trying, like, you know, like what's like basically basically like you know, following justice and actually, like, you know, having the intent to make the world a fairer place. So if your you know, opinions are motivated by, like, I don't know, like killing innocent people, then that's different. That's not okay. But if you just genuinely, if you have an opinion and you genuinely believe that, like, that's actually, like, fair, then that fits the definition of fairness, then, like, I actually want to hear it, because, like, I don't know, I'm mortal too. I don't know that I'm right about everything. I'm always looking to learn. So once again, thank you very much for understanding. I don't know if it came across during the collab, especially maybe during some of the more tense segments, but I assure you that even if Axe doesn't think the same way as us when it comes to certain things, when it comes to Axe, it all comes from a place of immense idealism and compassion. He's a really beautiful person with a beautiful soul. I don't want no, there's no axe slander allowed on this channel. Even for me, I am not above the law either. Anyways, we're just stopping in to say hi. Happy 1 month. Thanks, Hannah. Ari, so as long as the message you meant to deliver is communicated, you can use whatever words make sense to you. Real philosophy. Berserker, speaking for myself, I really appreciated his contributions and points. I did try to challenge some things, but I hope it was taken in the friendly spirit in which it was intended. Yeah, I think so. I don't think anything that you said, Berserker. I don't recall that any of your chat comments coming off as combative. I think it was definitely sort of like oppositional, but it was all fair and respectful, I think. Hey, no, I gotta stop reacting that way. No. How should we punish you for? No, I punish myself enough already as the perfectionist that I am. This is unnecessary. Okay. My Oshi says, "Hey Tia, just woke up. LOL." Yes. Good morning, Axe. It's 3 p.m. here, but good morning. And tuned in. I saw the last few minutes, but wasn't able to log in and comment till just now. Anyway, no worries about moments of misspeaking. It happens to all of us. So you heard all that, huh? I was going to send the timestamp to you, but okay. I guess I don't need to anymore. Did you hear the part where I was going on and on about how impressive of a gamer you were? Because that happened too. Oh, he continues, and thanks so much for the kind comments and for inviting me to the collab. I had a great time, and I think everyone else did too. Thanks for the reassurance, Axe. You're the best. Axaeon jump scare. I'll get better one day, maybe. Just swinging in after my evening run to say hi, hey, and congrats on 1 month. Oh, thanks so much, Kai. That really means a lot. Hi, Axe. I watched the collab just yesterday. Really like some of your points. Good show all around, honestly, from both of you. Oh, thanks so much for the supportive comments, guys. What else? Actually, Axe, since you're already here, I don't know how long you can stay, so this was sort of next on the agenda anyway. But I'll hurry up and get to this. So, wait, no. But before that, I was actually there was a little more. A thought I had that I felt was really important was after the collab ended, I was thinking about the points we had exchanged, and I got to thinking that even though you know, at certain points we were saying different things, I have this gut feeling that our views are not actually irreconcilable. I don't know if that's you know, I don't know if you guys believe that, but I just think that if we had talked about it a bit more and the discussion had gone on a bit longer, I feel like we could have found some middle ground, and honestly, I personally would like to talk about it more sometime, because I feel like the content or the material being discussed very much has to do with you know, something that's very important to me, which is how to do justice, the best method of doing justice in the world. So whether that happens you know, in public on stream, or in call in private, that's something I would very much like to do. If you're listening, X. Thanks for the great discussion and the collab. I thank you so much, everyone, for being nice to him. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm a bit at a loss for words right now. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do before we move. Axe says, that sounds plausible to me. I think that in general, even for people with strong differences of view on certain things, there's much more agreement than disagreement. The disagreements are just easier to notice. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that that's probably the case in a lot of discussions on politics. I mean, like, yeah, and then you know, sometimes if we don't sort of stop to you know, really look past sort of all the dressing and at the core of what's being said, you know, we may miss the things that we have in common and sort of enter unnecessary conflict. But then, you know, if we try though, we if we try, we can we like we can often find common ground. All right, I gotta mute my my background music for this. There was something I wanted to show. Actually, no, I don't need this right now. Does anyone remember during the collab how I mentioned that there is footage of me beating my husband Leon on his main, because I was trying to tell you guys, like, hey, I'm not that bad at the game. I'm just being nerfed by like by chronic pain today. So I've actually prepared that footage and I was going to show it to everyone today. This was a I'm sorry, but it's like funnier now that there's like no background music, so it's just like dead. It's just not. It just the knobs are just like appearing against dead silence. So this was actually I've also posted this as a video on my YouTube channel, like way back in like 2021. I've privated it since then, but yeah. So this is an old clip from when I first learned to play Smash Ultimate, which is just really when I first learned to play fighting games, because Smash was the first fighting game I learned to play. Because the context was so this was back during the lockdown, right? Leon was like super bored, and he was like, please Tia, I'm begging you, like I don't have anyone else to play fighting games with. You have to learn how to play with me. Like at first I was like, no, like I'm not gonna be good at it, like just, you know, like find someone else. But he wouldn't relent. He was so desperate, and eventually I felt bad, and I was like, well, I mean, you know, he is my you know, he's my partner, and he supports so many of my interests. You know, you know, if it means this much to him, maybe I'll just, you know, try to like extend an olive branch. So I did start learning to play Smash. But the thing is, I'm just this incarnate, so I don't do anything by halves. So I started. So he was like, "Oh, you don't have to just learn how to play just casually. You know, you just take it slow, just take it easy." That's not what I did. I started grinding. I started grinding, like, I don't know, like I played for hours each day trying to figure out how to improve. I started by like fighting against like the level 3 CPU or something, and then it gradually increased by level. I beat I beat the World of Light. This was around the time that the Sephiroth DLC came out, and I even beat the Sephiroth challenge on very hard mode, although it wasn't using my main. It was me using a Game and Watch and getting rolling a 9 with his judge. It blasted Sephiroth off the stage, and I did all those things. Eventually got to the point where I could consistently beat every single fighter on CPU level 8 except Sephiroth himself. For some reason, I always struggled particularly with him. And then the time came, and then I went up to my husband. I was like, I challenge you to a duel on your main. That was 3 months after I first picked up Smash Ultimate. And that is the match that I'm about to show you right now. Out of everyone here, I especially want I was especially interested in Axe watching this, because of course he was the one that I personally fought on Saturday. So I hope you're still you're still here, Axe. I'll just go ahead and start playing it now. It's gonna take up the whole screen behind me. Here we go. I don't know if there's audio. I can't hear it. But it's not the end of the world if there's no audio. If there isn't, I don't know how to get it this way. Oh no, that's just my background music. Yeah, guys, no, I'm Marth and he's Cloud. We can hear. Okay, I can't hear for some reason. So I realize I'm gonna hide myself too because this I'm just too big. The delicious Marth up tilts. I love this part, the clash. I love this part. And then look at that tipper go. I'm absolutely controlling like the stage space in this match. Oh, look at that. What is that? There's a term for it. There's an FGC term for it, and I forgot. It's not stage space. It's like the neutral. Well, I guess in is the term neutral used in platform fighters? Or maybe it is, but it means something different. Can I do it? Like, look how damaged Marth is. Can I beat him with 2 stocks left? Fountain of Dreams is my favorite Smash stage, by the way. Oh, taunt to get bodied. There it is.
I cannot afford to lose.
And that was 3 months after I first picked up the game. I had never played, I played Smash extreme, just very casually throughout my childhood, right? But I had never actually tried to like learn the game before then. Oh, let me turn my background music back on. 3 months, and my my husband had been playing for 20 years. Let me read the comments. I gotta check the pop out because you guys said a lot. This isn't how I remember. You know, he sees this stream and deletes the footage. I'm looking forward to it, guys. I'm Marth, believe me. No. I don't know. I don't know those characters, but I'll assume you're the one winning. This definitely has an anime showdown vibe. Yeah, I feel that. Did you pick to train with Marth because you like FE? No, it's not just because I like Fire Emblem. That's one small reason. But you're really gonna do me like that? Really well fought match. Thanks, Zax. You're always so fair-minded and supportive. So regarding my choice in main, during the collab, Axe did say that he thinks that my main represents me well, right? So it's not just because I like Fire Emblem, because there are like, you know, the old haha, like, you know, too many anime swordsman jokes. So there are like, I don't know what, like 10 Fire Emblem reps in Smash, because like the joke is like, haha, Masahiro Sakurai likes Fire Emblem. So if it was just Fire Emblem, then it could have been any of the other characters, like Byleth, for example, whom I also played as on Saturday. But the reason is basically this. I find that in fighting games, an often overlooked factor as to whether you really get into a game or not is whether you can find a main that really suits your play style and that you really feel comfortable with. So up until that moment in time, one of the reasons I never, you know, got into playing Smash, beyond a button mashing level, is I never found like my main, like my character. In Melee, I played Jigglypuff, and then before picking up Marth, I think I was trying out Peach. And then I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was that spurred me to finally try to give Marth a try. I think Leon may have. I think I may have asked like Leon like, what character out of all these characters is the one that's just gonna really let me learn the fundamentals of the game, like no gimmicks, you know, no tricks, just normal, just the normal, you know, fair like moves, simple moves. And then I think he might have answered with Marth, and then like the more I thought about it, the more it made sense to me, and I thought, well, I like Fire Emblem, and I like Marth as a character. He's very heroic and righteous. Like he fits the concept of justice pretty well. He's the first Fire Emblem Lord, so I like his design. So I was like, sure, why not? And like Marth was the guy, and I haven't looked back. Although, so yeah, like back when I first recorded that footage, I thought to myself, I'm not sure if I'm so happy with this. I feel like I could have done better. But watching it now, after almost 5 years have passed, I feel like I definitely had a better grasp of the game than I do now. So who knows what would have happened if on Saturday I had been fighting Axa at that level. It's really hard to say. But it's possible that maybe just like my personality has changed, and with it my preference in main, because I feel like I was enjoying Byleth on Saturday. So maybe I'll switch to a different main. Who knows? Ari says, back in my day Brawl, we just had Ike and Marth from FE, who I always got confused between because they looked the same to me. Ike fights for his friends, Marth doesn't. Didn't they ditch Roy in Brawl? I think that was what happened. Alas, I have to head out in a second, but thanks for the fun stream, Tia, and congrats on your 1 month anniversary. Thanks, X. Have a nice day. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming. Okay. What else? So, Roy was not in Brawl, yes, yeah. There's a whole awkward zombie comic saga about that. Another random story that not completely irrelevant, but I remembered it, so I was going to tell this story during my chat, like I think like 2 chatting streams ago, and it slipped my mind. I don't know if how many of you were there when I did the chatting stream about like me going to the convention, but I on the way home from the convention, Leon and I were waiting in Union Station, right? But just the main sort of transportation hub in Toronto. And then we literally saw a guy in a Leon Kennedy cosplay. He like walked right past us while we were like sitting on the bench, and like my and then Leon like my husband Leon like got up to talk to like the cosplay like Leon. I was like, hey, like nice cosplay, like where'd you get that jacket? And they chatted for a bit. That was so funny. Like, what are the odds? Like Leon meets Leon. And then yeah, that was just a funny story I forgot to tell that time. And also during the collab, I was like looking back and forth at my husband and at like the Leon avatar on the screen on OBS, and I was like, he kind of actually does look like Leon Kennedy, unironically. Like, yeah, he does have a similar hair and facial structure. Okay, now I wanna. Ada also has a red dress, Tia. Yeah, but she has short hair, and I don't like short hair. I don't look good with short hair. Can Ada just have long hair in the next Resident Evil game, so that that becomes a cosplay option? Okay, we need. Does he have the iconic sense of humor though? Does the eye let you I don't know. Disciples, does my husband Leon have either a sense of humor that is iconic or Leon Kennedy's sense of humor? Because I haven't played Resident Evil, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe I have to play Resident Evil now sometime. Now that this has this has become a thing. Since it is my 1 month anniversary, right? One of the things I want to talk about is just sort of like what? I've yet to hear you say something to match. Where's everyone going? I could play for you since first-person shooters aren't your forte. Oh yeah, if it's a first-person shooter, I might not be able to play it since I'll probably get motion sickness. I didn't consider that. One of the things I like about I mean, not just I like, but one of the things I've noticed about VTubing is like the emergent lore. And by that I mean like how lore isn't just like, it's not just coming from like top down, or it's not all sort of like pre-planned like it would generally be in a more traditional medium, like I don't know, books or like, you know, video games and stuff. Berserker says, I think Leon is way funnier than Leon. Okay, I have the need to say this now. Berserker, since you said you come from Reset Era, did you know that my husband Leon is also a Reset Era member, and that's why I advertised my debut on Reset Era? Because Leon helped me with that. I don't have a Reset Era account because I am not an old guy with hot takes on video games. I just lurk the forum. I used to lurk the forum. I don't anymore because I feel like it's become too echo chambery and bad for my mental health. And that was actually one reason I felt the need to stress that like my channel is not going to be sort of an echo chamber. Like, we're actually going to have you know, try to foster some semblance of like debate between you know, like interesting opinions here. Like, you know, I felt the need to clear the air in case there were any sort of any sort of you know, like wrong expectations. You know, I want to clear that up. But yeah, yeah, I used to I used to lurk the forums a lot. I don't anymore. But I think the folks in the VTubing mega thread are still really cool. That's one corner of the forum that still manages to be cool. For anyone who's like doesn't know and is confused, Reset Era is a forum, and I realized that if you're like a Zoomer, you might not even know what a forum is. Like literally, last summer I was talking to one of my cousins who was like 5 years younger than me, and she was like, "What's a forum?" And I was like, And then I like explained it to her, and then I like Leon and I tried our best to explain, and she was like, that just sounds like Facebook groups. It's like any different? And I was like, I feel old and like I don't. Oh, hi, Epic Boy. Welcome to my stream. I'm Tia Faire, idol-philosopher and justice incarnate. I'm just having a chatting stream for my 1 month anniversary. Nice to see you. So yeah, Reset Era is a video game, is officially a video game forum, but it's also infamously in a kind of a leftist echo chamber, politics-wise, and can get like toxic at times. I don't know if I feel like the need to expand into it like further. Than that. So it probably suffices to say I used to lurk the forum a lot. I don't anymore because I just felt like this is like no longer worth it. It's just bad for my mental health. Oh no, I'm not even that young and I don't know that specific forum. That's okay. Reset Era is a bubble. Like that's the joke. Reset Era is a bubble, so like don't worry about it. Happy Moon Cycle. Oh, thank you, Epic Boy. Yeah, anyway, I was talking about Emergent lore. So, right. So, especially for those of you who like are Hololive fans or things like that, like you notice how like especially like or in particular a lot of Hololive members have these memes associated with them that weren't there at like debut. It was basically like they're basically crowdsourced like running gags or in jokes about the streamer that like arose like in like maybe the weeks or months following debut. Like a good example, and then half the time it's like it's not even something that the streamer like likes or wants. It's like they're like you know, I don't want, like for example, like a good example is like people started calling me dad, calling Callie dad, and she was like, don't call me dad, and then like they kept calling her dad, and then it stuck. Or like what's another example? Or like I think you guys get the idea. That's I feel like that's one of the things that makes VTubing just since I'm a pretty avid Hololive fan, I did go into VTubing with a rough expectation that you know, if I become a VTuber, there might come a point when you know, some emergent lore might develop on me, that my fan base might like have some might create some meme about me that like I, you know, may or may not enjoy, and you know, I'll have to like react to it. And so far, I don't feel like there have been any. I don't think that there's been anything in particular surrounding me specifically. But then there's Leon, like that I didn't expect, and it all started with Hannah. So credit goes to Hannah for this because she's a Leon Kennedy fan. The Hannah calling like just shouting Leon Kennedy in my debut stream when I mentioned my husband's name, and then I rolled with it. You know, I acknowledged it, and then it's just peaked with me using the avatar in the collab, and and yeah, and like it's. I wasn't expecting that at all. Like before my debut, I anticipated that like one day I might have to draw like maybe like a PNG model rep for Leon, for if he ever made like a guest appearance on my stream. But now I don't think I even have to do that, or maybe not just I don't have to. Maybe I shouldn't, because like the Leon Kennedy thing is just funnier, and it looks like him. It actually it's not just like only the name and comment. Like it actually looks a lot like him. So like I don't know if there's like a character design I could do that would surpass that. It feels redundant. For the record, if there are any Leons in error, I am not them. Yeah, his Leon's username on Reset Era is not. It's not Leon. It's something else. So don't look for him. Yeah, the signature jokes are an automatic Reddit marketing machine. Yeah. So before talking about like the 1 month thing and just more philosophical stuff, I wanted to take care of some housekeeping. Berserker, I'm pretty sure I've sussed out who you are in Era. No, if you Berserker, even if I'm skeptical that you have, but in case you have, don't say anything to anybody. Just keep it entirely to yourself, because you might actually like dox me. Because yeah, so this is serious now. So please keep it to yourself. As long as the image keeps the cool leather jacket. That's surprise face. Now you need to do a President's Daughter cosplay outfit. Tia, I forgot her name. Ashley? Isn't it her name Ashley? I haven't played the game. Exposed. Your secret dies with me. Oh, thank you. DM me your guess. On Discord. Okay, this is getting interesting. Oh, but that's not the focus right now. Okay, I want to take care of some housekeeping right now. So, I want to mention again, for anyone who's missed it, that I have a Discord server. I made one last week. I announced it last week, but yeah, I announced it last week, but not everyone may know that, so I'm just reminding people. I also just want to say a couple words about the Discord server. So I think it's been going pretty well so far. Like, I had my doubts, like I had reasons to hesitate about making one, but I think it's been like, fun so far. Nothing has gone wrong. It's not terribly active, but I mean, that's basically on me, because like I myself, like, I'm too busy and I don't like I don't have time to socialize as much as I want to, but that's okay. Like it's not a big deal. Right now the server just mostly serves its main function, which is to ping people when I go live. Speaking of which, have any of have any of you noticed what's been going on with Carlbot in my server, especially earlier last week? So I initially implemented Carlbot on my server to take care of just all the bot related things, like the verification system and also stream alerts. Because I saw that after in the Carlbot sort of thing, the I don't know, the website, I saw that it has an option to send stream alerts, and I was like, okay, so this looks like a one-stop shop for all your Discord server needs. So I tried setting that up, and I tried setting that up, and for the first couple of streams, like, Carlbot would not send an alert when I actually needed him to send an alert. He would send it out hours after I had like finished streaming, or right when I first made the stream room, but not when I like actually went live, and it was so wrong. And I was like, Carlbot, like please, please, Carlbot, like what, like. And it what the kicker is how like Carbot's like profile picture is like the turtle with like the really innocent looking smiley face though. So whenever he fucks up, it's like hard to get mad at him because his face is so cute. He with that smile, he's just like, I did it, Tia, look at me, I did it. And I'm like just like, no, Carbot, no, you didn't. So yeah, it just didn't work for like the first 2 streams. So I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. So I looked on the Library of Alexandria, which is Charis's server, my favorite Discord server, by the way. I saw that he has 2 bots there, Carlbot for general purposes, and then ping cord specifically for stream alerts. So I was like, okay, I feel like I know what I have to do. So I added ping cord, and that did the trick. So ping cord does what Carlbot don't. So Carlbot is still. How did you do the turtle emoji? Is it really just the normal turtle emoji, Apa? Let me read the other comments. I don't know what Carlbot was on, but I did get the ping correctly for this stream. Ping worked for me too in this stream. Yeah, so that's, yeah, we have ping cord to thank for that, because so Carlbot has been he's been put on mandatory leave. He's not in charge of stream alerts anymore. Well, it's just I didn't know that it's just the default turtle emoji. That's so funny. Look at that little like unassuming face. Like, how can you get mad at that even when he like fucks up your stream alerts? Oh god. Another little thing. It's subtle, so I don't expect that anyone noticed. I added a goodbye alert message to the server. So you know how like you know how like on servers that have bots you know on them that whenever a new user joins, you get like a welcome message. So there's also a goodbye message for when people leave. Not that I anticipate, you know, like hordes of people leaving, I hope, but I was inspired by a server I'm on called Pyrocord, which is a Xeno series server. They have the funniest like goodbye message of all time, and it's only funny if you're a Xenoblade fan, because it's like a Xenoblade, like it's related to Xenoblade lore. So so whenever someone leaves that server, it says like basically like so and so like username has returned to the Bionis. And that makes me laugh every time I see it. I don't know if anyone here is a Xenoblade fan, specifically Xenoblade 1, so my guys might not get the joke. But when I saw that Carlbot provides the option to do like leave messages, I was like, I gotta have something similar. So this ended up getting demonstrated when Leon first joined with one of his like alt accounts, I'm French 36, and then when he joined as Leon, he left and on the other I'm French 36, and then it said like I'm French 36 return to the dark side. And it was so good. Put on mandatory leave. Yeah, sure, right before you take him behind the shed. He's alive. He's still there. You guys can check. You guys can see with your own eyes. He's still there. He's fine. He's just has less work to do. It's actually good for him. Lemons. Hello, happy 1 month anniversary. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining. I'm Tia Faire, idol-philosopher and justice incarnate. I'm celebrating my 1 month anniversary, as you can see. Just chatting with some of my regulars right now. Thank you so much for your kind comment, Lemons. Okay. And then more housekeeping. So, justice spoken. So this does have to do with my mental health, which I'm gonna talk about because I always talk about that. But What day is it? Today's Tuesday. I think on Friday I posted a message on Blue Sky and Twitter that said like what is it? Yeah, an announcement. I will no longer be putting out episodes of Justice Spoken on a regular schedule, because trying to do so is impacting or impairing both their quality and my mental health. And concerns about metrics aren't worth draining the fun out of content creation. If I recall correctly, that's what I said, almost verbatim. And I did intend to provide more detail on that on stream. Maybe I should have said something like details details will like on stream or something like that. But in any case, so up until Thursday night, I was working hard on trying to produce the next episode of Justice Spoken, episode 2, and it would have come out this past Sunday. But I started feeling really awful, both physically and mentally. And because of that, I basically sat there and I caught myself feeling just absolutely just up to my neck with stress, just absolutely awful. And I thought to myself, like, this feels familiar. This actually feels like how I felt pre-debut when I was drawing 12 hours a day trying to get my VTuber model done. It was just one of the worst times of my life, just in terms of like pressure and workload. And I thought to myself, like, is this worth it? Like, is this really what I want to do? And I have so many other goals. I have the collab, upcoming. Do I really want to sabotage my health like this? And I thought to myself, like, no, this is actually not how I want to do things, because like if this trend continues, if I'm trying to put out a one episode of Justice Spoken every 2 weeks, that implies that I'm going to go through this much stress every 2 weeks. And like, do I want to do that? I thought back as well to the making of the first episode of Justice Spoken, and I don't think I spoke too in depth about that on stream, but that was really hard for me as well, because the subject matter was triggering, and I had an episode of PTSD, and those were the circumstances under which I had to finish writing the script. And I think the quality of the episode was affected somewhat by that, sad to say. It was hard, and I realized, like, I think I may have bitten off more than I can chew, promising to do this once every 2 weeks. And I really just wanted to be consistent, to show people that I can be consistent and that they can sort of have something to rely on and look forward to. And I just also have just so many ideas for episodes. I wanted to I wanted to get them out, and I wanted to get my message out, and I wanted to grow my channel as well, because I saw this as like the bread and butter of my channel. I saw this as like the main thing that would get views on my channel. Like streaming is fun, but that's not like live streams don't tend to go like viral on YouTube. Like, that's not really a good, it's not a reliable, like, what am I trying to say? Like, if you're trying to like blow up, basically, it's not a good idea to rely just on like random live streams. Pre-recorded videos tend to do better, and that's why I felt it was so important for me to approach Justice Spoken in that way. But I feel like I've what is my model doing? Stop. No. Okay. What? I'll just keep talking. Yeah. So it's I kind of had to face the music and tell myself like, you know what, despite my best intention, this is unrealistic. Like I just can't. And you know, it kind of like makes a lot of sense when you look at the big picture. For one thing, prior to debut, I was actually, when I was thinking about how often I want to do Justice Spoken, I was considering doing it. I did briefly consider doing it as often as once a week, but then I surmised that if I had, you know, tried to do that, I basically wouldn't have time to put out any other kind of content. Like I wouldn't have time to draw or do music. I would just pretty much be writing episodes of Justice Spoken back to back, which would, you know, that's not really what I wanted to do. I did also consider doing episodes only once a month, but that seemed not often enough because I have so many ideas, and you know, once a month is, I don't know, a month is kind of a long time. So I compromised with twice a week, but now I'm thinking that I should really just not have a regular schedule for them at all. And that's probably fair, because if you look at really most YouTubers who do, you know, video essay kind of content, like pre-recorded, like sort of edited content, like I feel like very few YouTubers that I can think of off the top of my head actually do that. It is overwhelmingly common instead for YouTubers to put things out just on an irregular schedule, just, you know, things are done whenever they're ready, whenever they're ready, basically. This includes bread tubers like, I don't know, like H-Bomber guy who takes like who just does one video every like 2 years. It extends from big, it ranges from like big YouTubers, or like like includes like big YouTubers like that, to like my senpai, like Axaeon, like who has been doing like really great pre-recorded like videos. Like his last video was like 10 out of 10. It was amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's analyzing the YouTube debate show Surrounded. If you haven't seen it, it's so polished and so insightful. I really recommend it. And he's working on another video of a similar nature, I hear. But the point is that like even his videos take a long time to edit and produce, which is kind of only right if you are really trying to you know, like you know, if you really care about the quality, right? Sometimes it's hard to tell in advance exactly how long something will take, especially if it's like a creative project, right? Because, you know, the nature, you know, the nature of the work is kind of subjective, and there may be a lot of unforeseen obstacles. So it doesn't make sense to put a tight schedule on something like that. It's better to have a policy of just like, you know, it's ready when it's ready. And that's sort of what I've had to reluctantly admit to myself when it comes to Justice Spoken. So I will still be working on it gradually, but basically, yeah. So you know how like lately I've been mentioning on Discord and on stream how I've been having chronic pain. So you know, because I have PTSD, my health issues are largely psychosomatic, right? So my chronic pain, like how it works is that it's far more likely to flare up and be really painful when I go through basically like when I go through periods of high stress. So the fact that like on Thursday I was like I was like high key crunching, and then like my chronic pain flared up over the weekend is like not a coincidence. In fact, like, you know, even although I stopped crunching Thursday night, by then it was too late. Like the damage had been done, and I'm kind of almost kicking myself for that, because like if only I hadn't crunched at all, then I could have maybe done better at the collab. And then like I basically like crunched for nothing, because I don't even have an episode of Justice Spoken to show for it. That's kind of how I feel. But what's done is done. So yeah, now you understand why the episode has been delayed. Ari says, please take your time and take care of yourself. None of us want you to burn yourself out for content. Yeah, thanks for understanding, guys. Benbu says, this sounds like a good move. Absolutely make sure things are still enjoyable and sustainable. Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, I say the word fair a lot. I am justice incarnate after all, so I'm constantly thinking about fairness and what is fair and what's unfair. Do one a year like a real YouTuber. Yeah, then I can be like the next H-bomber guy. Yeah, whatever works as a sustainable, comfortable, and healthy schedule is something we'll accept happily. Thanks. I'm really glad you understand. So that brings me sort of into the main topic for today, which is sort of my goals for the channel, right? Because it kind of begs the question. So if I'm gonna take less time doing Justice Spoken, what am I gonna do instead? Right? So okay, how do I do this? How do I say this? Let me, oh, and I think it's on a different page of my notes. Just give me 1 second. Actually, speaking of health issues, I feel like mentioning this right now. So my throat kind of hurts right now, which is not good, and that's related to my health issues too. So when I get stressed, it doesn't just affect my mental state. It affects my body. Like it makes me sick, and it's because of like PTSD that I have such a poor tolerance to stress compared to the average person. So one of the things that happens to my body when I get stressed is that like I tense up, and I find that it particularly affects sort of my one of the areas it particularly affects is my like the neck and throat area, it basically makes it hard to speak and sing without you know, without straining myself. It's been happening on stream, which is unfortunate. I feel like it was especially bad during the maybe a sort of like my second or so week of streaming, or third week. I feel like it was the worst. I remember it being the worst on the Soul Calibur stream or something like that. Basically, there have been a few streams where after streaming for a few hours, I would end stream and realize that my throat hurt. And that's really not good, because that's how you develop like vocal nodules. That's how you develop long-term vocal damage. That's like the main concern, and then the secondary concern is just that like my voice sounds kind of ugly when I'm unnecessarily straining, and I have this like concern that like tourists will like hop into like one of my VODs when like I happen to just be having like a bad day, and then like they'll hear like my voice being like ugly in that moment, and they'll just assume like, oh, she always sounds this way, like what a terrible voice, like I don't want to watch this person anymore. And you know, someone like that may be tempted to ask, well, you know, how do you know that the ugly voice isn't your real voice? Well, the answer to that is, if it was my real voice, if it was my natural voice, then it shouldn't hurt, right? So the fact that it hurts after streaming means that it's not how I'm supposed to be talking. So so yeah, like what was I saying? Voice. The good news is my voice actually didn't hurt at all after the collab on Saturday, which is good news. And I think it's because I'm just so relaxed when I'm talking to Axaeon. It's hard to get stressed around. but that would also imply that I'm stressed today because my throat hurts a little right now. It's not because of any of you. It's just because of my health issues. I'm having a bit of inflammation today. I did what I could to try to lower it before I started streaming, but you know, it is what it is. It's a long-term you know, struggle for me. So yeah, so basically I've been trying to put in more of an effort to like do vocal warm-ups and like remember proper vocal technique before each stream, so that I don't like, you know, like ruin my voice, and you know, so that I can have a long career. That's something I wanted to speak on, just, you know, to sort of clear the record in case anyone was wondering, like, why does Tia's voice sound so different sometimes? Because I don't know if you guys can hear it, maybe you don't, but but yeah, I think I sound different in some of my streams, and I really don't like it. So for anyone who's wondering, like, so okay, like if anyone who's wondering, like, okay then Tia, what is your real voice? So now you know that during my during the collab, my voice didn't hurt at all after, so at the end of it, so that's what my voice is supposed to sound like during the collab. Let's catch up with comments. Speaking of tourism, you're at 95 subs now. Oh really? I can't really check my sub count. Well, it's not that I can't, but I don't generally you know, do that while streaming. I just focus on the stream and I'll check after. But I'll take your word for it. That sounds really cool. One more stream to get 100. Make that 96. Oh! Thank you, lemons. That's so sweet of you, which is ironic because lemons are sour. Yo, that's great actually. Almost 100. Let's go. So... Oh, this is embarrassing. Sounds like you need a stress relief Axaeon plushie. You know what? I got it. Axaeon dakimakura. I figured it out. That's what I need. I regret saying that now. Stream doesn't end until we hit 100. What? We're gonna turn this into a marathon stream? I don't really I'm not sure about the I've never what am I trying to say? Like, I've never wanted to be a marathon streamer because of my health issues. I'm kind of worried about that. Plus, there was that impromptu song earlier. Palette? Do you think that got people to subscribe? I guess what you're trying to say is that my singing sounded good, so thank you. Oh, Gurdon says, I get pins and needles in my whole body when I get anxious. Stress affects people in different ways. Yeah, it really does. You know, some people are more resilient to it. I'm not. I have like this, I have no stress tolerance. And it really doesn't mesh well with my choice of career as a VTuber, because content creation can be, has a lot of occupational hazards relating to mental health. But yeah, I'm sticking it out. You made lemonade. Got it. We'll forward the message to Axaeon. Don't bother. I'll just send him the timestamp myself, and I'll out myself. I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay. I have a bunch of things I want to talk about still. Okay, should I? I did want to show a bunch of pictures at some point. Oh, our uptime is 2 hours, so wow, the time flies, and I feel like I just haven't gotten to the main thing I wanted to talk about yet. So maybe I'll. What do you guys want to see first? Help me decide, because I'm not sure. Do you want to see pictures? Is it picture time, or do you want to hear about goals for the channel? Now that I say that, I feel like pictures are probably more exciting based on the way that I said that. Because if we do picture time, I should turn on my easel, my magic easel. And then turn the background too. You know what? Maybe I should do picture time because I've been talking like against an empty background for so long. So maybe it's high time we bust out the easel. Show and tell. Yeah, I like doing show and tell each week. I sing a little, and then I show some stuff I did. Yeah. So speaking of Axaeon, this isn't. I didn't draw this recently. I drew this a few weeks ago, but I didn't show it then. But like, might as well do it now. Some of you, I feel like most of you have seen this already, but a few of you might not have. There is a lot of context behind this picture. I don't know if I'm in the mood to explain it all. I don't know even if I can really. So speaking of Emergent lore, actually, so for those of you who may be new to my channel, or just to anyone who may need a refresher, I am the third philosopher VTuber, and my senpais are Charis the first and last philosopher VTuber on the right here with the silver hair and glasses, and Axaeon, the second philosopher VTuber. And Charis is the one with the most developed fan base by far because he started streaming the earliest by far. Axaeon and I both debuted this year, only a few months apart from each other, whereas Charis has been streaming for about a year and a half already. Basically, after Grace says, I'm unfortunately heading to bed right now. Have a good rest of the stream, everyone. Good night. Okay, have a good night, Grace. Feel free to catch up with the rest of the VOD later if you like. So, yeah, so anyway, so since Charis's fan base is the most established, after Axaeon I debuted, people like started making a big deal about like the three of us being like a group, or in Ari's words, a triumvirate. Guys, I almost mispronounced that again. Guys, I have been in crisis lately about my ability to speak English, because first I found out that I was pronouncing triumvirate wrong like a week after my debut. And then now I get told that I don't even know what words mean. I don't know what disingenuous means. So but anyway, yeah, like basically like a lot of lore started popping up around us as a group. And like it wasn't created by us. It came from the fans. It was like emergent lore, because like the three of us, like we only met like a few months ago. This wasn't coordinated. And like, I mean, some of the lore comes from us. It like comes from like things, the throwaway things that we say in streams, and like the fans like latch onto it, right? Like that's usually how like this kind of thing works. So yeah, let me read comments. The latest Charis schedule art. I love how each iteration of philosopher VTuber, they have one lens less of eyewear with the fourth one just a one. You notice? That's something I noticed too. Like Charis has two lenses. Axe has a monocle, and I have no eyewear because I got LASIK in 2021 before my wedding. Otherwise, I'd still be wearing glasses. So yeah. And yeah, triumvirate mentioned, correctly pronounced. Also, it's from Latin, not English. Very good. But it's part of the English lexicon, so you know. Anyway, the context behind this picture has to do with the emergent lore that I'm hinting at. So if you haven't been what's the words? Yeah, so if you haven't been like following all three of us like for like a long time, like from the beginning, like, and you just look at this picture with no context, you like it, like I don't know that it'll be funny. Like you'll be kind of just like, what is this? the fifth will be the fifth will be blind. Whoa, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Whoa, so you're a philosopher VTuber group? Something like that. We haven't like formally we haven't like formally like, you know, formed a group or anything. Like right now it's just like 3 people. Like but we're like a group in the sense like we don't have a name like or anything, but like we're a group in the sense of like all 3 of us are friends. Like we know each other and like we're friends and like we started like collabing with each other. So yeah, it's it's really it's been really fun and exciting just to stream with other you know, like-minded VTubers, you know, so it's definitely yeah, I'll be honest, like it's nice not to do this alone, because I originally thought that I would like before, I mean okay, I'm getting excited and I'm getting ahead of myself now. So for those who don't know, I have been I was in pre-debut for 2 years. I was planning and working on my debut for 2 years, so also or all that time. So before I had met Axaeon and Charis, but after I had already, you know, wanted to become a VTuber and started working towards that, I always figured that, you know, I figured that it would be really lonely, especially at first, and I was afraid of sort of the challenges that I might have to face alone, like you know, not as a philosopher VTuber specifically, but just as a VTuber in general, because there, like I mentioned just a short while ago, there are a lot of occupational hazards, you know, related to streaming, like, you know, getting harassed, you know, getting canceled, even just like tech issues, you know, mental burnout, and it's like, it's really crucial, I feel like, to have a support group to navigate all those issues with, like a support group of like other people in the business who actually like have the know-how to like address your problems. And that's one of the reasons I used to aspire to be an agency VTuber, because then you just come like, the experience is just pre-packed with like a freaking, like, you have like a legal team, you have like management, like that kind of thing helps. And obviously like coworkers, like colleagues, genmates, that kind of thing. So once I made up my mind to become an indie VTuber, I was like, well, you know, this might suck at first. You know, I want to make friends through streaming, but it might be a while before that happens. But you know what? I'm unbelievably blessed to have found these two, and to have found Axaeon and Charis. And in fact, I did actually want to talk about this at some point, so I prepared a slide for this. Look guys, it's the boys! It's them! It's Axaeon and Charis. I am unbelievably blessed not to have to do this alone. Just being able, just having like-minded friends to walk this journey with is just, you know, it's so crazy how this happened, because none of us knew each other before. Like, we all met through VTubing, like by coincidence or serendipity, as you might put it. I like the word serendipity. But yeah, it was just we were just all in the right place and in the right time, and I gotta say, sorry, I'm just like flipping through my notes because I was planning to talk about this later, but I'm kind of like jumping around. I feel like I've been mentioning Ax and Charis like every single week, like every chatting stream. Like I even alluded to them in my debut stream, and I mentioned that Ax is one of my oshis. And sometimes I you know, worry that like I talk about them too much and it'll give people like the wrong idea. Like, shouldn't my channel be mainly about me? You know, it just might get confusing if I talk so much about other people. But the reason I do it is because like I like them so much, and I'm also immensely grateful to them for being my friends, for working with me, and I just they're both like great people. They're both so kind, so smart. They've done so much for me. I'm basically like indebted to them. They've helped me out in so many ways. Some of those ways are things that, like, I can't go into or like and talk about in public. But if I were to try to like kind of give a general idea, I guess here. Well, actually, maybe I think I'll save the stories for later. It might be best if I save some of the stories for later. But basically, in general, like, they've become part of my support network. Like, when when I need help, I can like come to them and talk to them about anything, and they will actually like set their time aside to like basically like be nice to me. and yeah, like, what's really surreal, when it comes to my sort of mental health issues, right? I might have mentioned this sort of offhandedly last week, but when I was little, I actually had like a completely different personality from what I have now. Like, when I was a little girl, I was basically like extremely quiet and reserved and withdrawn, and like I had no confidence. And I was like, I wasn't now I'm like an extrovert, but I wasn't extroverted back then. I had a completely different personality, and I had basically I had no confidence, and I had like no friends. I had no social skills. I didn't know how to talk to anyone. I was so lonely, and I wasn't sure how things would ever get better for me. I wondered like how like, I don't know, I used to want I don't know, like I used to want to make friends so badly, and I like didn't know how, and I especially wanted to have female friends because that's like really common. Like, when you're young, you want to have friends of like the same. You want to be cool with like this with people who are the same gender as you, and like and especially because like I was like actually bullied a lot by girls, and like it was really sad. I really want female friends, and and then like my life my life first really turned around when I met Leon when I was 17, and we started dating when we were 18. So we've actually been together for more than a decade. So we've known each other for an extremely long time. Not sure if I mentioned that before. I don't think I have, but yeah, like meeting Leon was like the first turning point in my life, because he was like literally the first person ever who like cared about who I was on the inside. And then but even after that, I still didn't have like a lot of like other close friends, and I was kind of like I leaned a lot on Leon for emotional support. And like he's like like no offense to him, but like as it turns out, like I'm an extrovert, so like it was kind of hard only having one person for emotional support. I'm like basically happier now than I've ever been. Like I feel like I actually have the social life that I always wanted, cause you know, I talk to these guys like roughly once a week, and it's just so funny how that worked out. Because like if like here's the thing, if you'd gone up to me like years and years and years ago when I was a kid, and like if you were like a fortune teller and you said like, Tia, when you're in your 30s, your best friends will be 2 nerdy men with philosophy degrees, I would have been like, no shot. Like what? Like no shot. Like but what happened? And I wouldn't trade them for anything. You know, being I feel like being around them makes me a better person. And you know, it's, you know, it actually gets hard sometimes. I especially was feeling this during sort of a couple weeks ago, but I felt that streaming was making me feel very tested, and it was sort of creating a sense of pressure to perform a certain way, and you know, and to live up to expectations. And this wasn't something that I anticipated before I debuted, and that's sort of why my mental health crashed like a couple weeks ago, because I you know, I didn't expect that, but it was kind of hit like close to home, and it was really tough. And what I feel like one of the reasons I felt so tested was because Axaeon and Charis are both really talented and good at what they do, and I feel like they've set the bar for what it means to be a philosopher VTuber really high. And I sometimes I fear that I live in their shadow, and that I don't have as much to offer as them. So that's sort of a fear that I realized that I had a little while back, and then, you know, since then I've been thinking about how I want to overcome and move forward from this fear. That's what I'm gonna be. That's what I'll try to talk about next. That relates directly to my goals, my vision for the channel. But first, I'm gonna read some comments. Philosophers tend to just know each other for reasons, probably because only philosophers can tolerate other philosophers, albeit barely. Hashtag blessed to have found Axaeon and Charis is there too, I guess. Yeah, I philosophers, I think, do I've found that we understand each other on a level that non-philosophers don't necessarily. I'll say that much. Okay, you can always talk less about them and more about me. I talked about you already. It's not all about you, Leon. Ari, it's like a philosophy paper. You're providing your references. Life works in mysterious ways sometimes. Glad you found your happiness in whatever unexpected form it took. That said, I gotta go to sleep now so I can survive tomorrow. Happy anniversary. Hope you keep enjoying what you're doing. We definitely enjoy what you offer. Oh, thanks, Ari. Have a good night. Don't worry, you don't need to be excellent. You're leagues above how someone started. Are you referring to how a certain librarian started his debut stream with like an ugly purple wallpaper? Which is not my observation, by the way. I'm quoting a comment that someone else left him in his chat in a stream that I saw. The late chat response curse. Yeah, okay, I can take that off now. It was nice to see them though. So yeah, my goals for the channel. Okay, this part is the tricky. It's important. It's the trickiest to talk about. Maybe should I put away the easel again, or I'll need to bust it out later though. Basically, how do I do this? Okay, so it's kind of about how I call myself an idol-philosopher, right? And we already touched on this, or no, not just touched on it. I think we already explored it quite a bit during my debut stream. Charis asked me, so how do you define an idol-philosopher? And I said, like, I guess, you know, a surface level answer could just be like, oh, so someone who is like both an idol-philosopher, or no, I messed that up. an idol and a philosopher at the same time. But I think it's you know, and then like I think I said something about how an idol, like the literal definition of the word idol is like a role model, rather than the other definition, which is, you know, someone who like sings and dances and is an entertainer. So that sufficed as an answer at the time. And then I also talked about how about how my character design and how you know, I tried to come up with a character design that looked like an idol and philosopher at the same time, which was also a challenge. But basically, yeah, there is a deeper significance as to why I want to present myself as an idol philosopher. And how that actually has something, it has a lot to do with my being justice incarnate and my goal of bringing justice to the world. It's not just incidental. First, I'll read this out. You've done singing, so what about dancing? Bro, I don't have a 3D model yet. How the fuck I'm gonna dance? How the fuck I'm gonna show people my dancing? You want me to record a video of me dancing like IRL and like dox myself? Like, bro. Pay me like I need like, give me like how much is like a simple like what is that, like mokopi? Is that like the cheapest like mocap thing that you can buy? Like just give me like $5,000 for my custom 3D model and mokopi, and then we can talk dancing. Sounds like Leon should get you a 3D model. I like that you specifically inserted Leon into that sentence as if like it's readily apparent that he's basically like the what's the word, like the money, like the source of, it's like the source of money, but stuff like there's like a funnier word for it for my channel, because like obviously I don't work because like I have health issues, right? So like my streaming equipment has to come from somewhere. That's Leon. But even though I haven't like said it in those terms, it's funny that you just, you know, kind of just put it out there anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So back to idol-philosopher. Let's talk about that instead. So. How do I say this? Let's talk about Taylor Swift for a minute, and bear with me. You'll understand how this relates to everything in hopefully soon. Hopefully I can make this make sense. Taylor Swift is my flesh oshi, and it's not just about like the music. She's like a personal inspiration to me. Like, I think she's a great person who gets a lot of basically unnecessary flack online. Like I think the backlash against her is pretty excessive at times. But I've been following her for 17 years, and like I think she's pretty cool. Oh, Albie says happy 1 month, Tia. Oh, hi Albie, thanks so much for showing up to to my chatting stream. It makes me really happy when people sort of like kind of like migrate or what's the word, like what's the I can't, guys, I can't speak English. I like the people, like they I don't know, whatever, they like discover me through Xenoblade, but then they start checking out my other content. That's really cool. I noticed you in the collab stream the other day. I'm not sure how long you stuck around, but I hope you enjoyed that. Albie. I mentioned in my debut stream that you know, that Taylor Swift is, like, I consider her an oshi, and she's a personal inspiration to me. And Charis was doing a watch along of my debut in his server, and I heard after the fact that apparently his people were very surprised that I'm a Taylor Swift fan, and I kind of wondered about that. And it gave me some thoughts. I was thinking, okay, but so I mean, as a philosopher, when you hear something like that, like, I have to explore the question of, like, why is that surprising? And I'll tell you what I think the reason is. So I don't mean to sort of like target or persecute any individual person when I say this, but I think that the reason that it's perceived as surprising when I, a self-proclaimed philosopher, say that I like Taylor Swift is because there is the perception that Taylor Swift is unintellectual. And why is there that perception? I can think of a few causes. I think that there's the fact that she is a pop star. I think, like, you know, just in general, like, you know, nothing, you know, specific to her, but like pop music in general is you know, widely considered like too mainstream and, you know, like shallow and vapid and trashy. So there's that. So because she's a popular entertainer, she sort of like some of that stigma applies to her. And she's also like a blonde white woman, and or even really just an attractive woman, because you know unfortunately we live in a world where we see we have certain stereotypes attached to people of different genders and levels of attractiveness that, you know, may or may not be valid and may cause harm and cause issues. And this was something that I had thought about and planned to talk about since my very first chatting stream post debut, so since week 2. I just didn't get the chance to because I had a lot of anxiety and just, you know, and couldn't always get to talking about the things that I wanted to talk about. Albie says, I mainly lurked, but it was fun. Oh, okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. The blonde curse, I know thee well. Has anyone ever assumed you were stupid because you're blonde, Leon? Because at least you're a guy, whereas I feel like the dumb blonde stereotype is like especially applicable to women. But let me know. I mean, cause like Axe is blonde and he's like the smartest person I know, so like what was I saying? Yeah, Taylor Swift, and I've been meaning to talk about this since week 2. And I think the reason that I wanna talk about it is not just because like, oh, like I'm like a Taylor Swift fan and I'm like trying to go to bat for her. I think that because I am also an idol and an entertainer and into some, you know, in some ways following in the footsteps of my oshi, Taylor Swift, this sort of, you know, issue, you know, these notions, you know, these principles here, you know, apply to me as well. They have some implications for me as well. Okay, from here it gets tricky. I'm not sure what the next point I should make is. So nobody has asked me this like point blank yet, but it is a question that I sort of expected to get, which is like, why did you become a VTuber? I mean, there's also just like why you became a VTuber in general, and just general reasons, but also like, why did you become a VTuber if you were attractive in real life? Because this just what I look like in real life. I put this picture on my OBS 2 weeks ago and just never deleted it because I was like what if I like need to pull it up again? And because there's this thing online, right? Because I feel like there's this let me try to explain it, but there's definitely this thing around sort of female streamers, and there's this perception that like, oh, you know, female streamers are just like cam girls and they just like get by on their looks. And then it's not even just streamers. It's really just women in general in society. Is that like women? So it's basically like our looks is like the number one thing we can leverage, and that's like a double-edged sword because like because the downside of it is that like it's harder to be taken seriously for anything else about you if people are just focused mainly on the way that you look. And that's why, that's one of the reasons I became a VTuber, because I know, like I recognize that I could get a lot of attention, of certain kinds of attention at least, by becoming a flesh streamer, whatever, flesh tuber. But that doesn't mean that that was what I wanted. In fact, I a long time ago, even before I discovered VTubing, when I was sort of considering what I wanted to do with my life because I was like unemployed during the lockdown, one of the things I considered doing besides becoming a freelance artist was becoming an Instagram model. Cause like I saw that working for people. I was like, oh, you know, you can make money this way for, you know, and becoming an influencer. But like one of the reasons I didn't do it, I like, probably could have made it work. One of the reasons I didn't go down that path was because I figured that like if I do this, people will not take me seriously for philosophy, will not want to hear my philosophy. I'll be pigeonholed into one thing and one thing only. And basically my you know, all this to say that my workaround for this was to become a VTuber, and especially a I forgot how I was going to continue that. Like a VTuber who because this is like a compromise, right? Because like as a VTuber, I can still be a pretty girl, but it's different from showing my face. It's an abstraction though. It's a layer. There's a layer of abstraction. Between me and what you guys see, that actually makes a difference, because it's like I don't know if I can explain it fully, but it does. But I hope you would agree that like it does like hit different. Like seeing me like this, my avatar, versus like seeing my real face. There's something about it where I feel like there's less me. There's less me, like real physical me, and there's more of like me, my ideas and my personality. I feel like it's something like that. And oh, Remarkatron says, oh, hi Remarkatron. I believe you're new here. Hi, welcome to my stream. I'm Tia Faire, idol-philosopher and justice incarnate. I'm celebrating my 1-month anniversary today. Thank you so much for joining. You can VTube without putting on makeup or fixing your hair too. That's definitely a fringe bonus. It's nice not to worry about those little things every day. I understand wanting to remove certain means of prejudice. Yeah. So that's not something that everyone understands about VTubing, like especially if we're talking about Reset Era, there's definitely a big anti-anime crowd on Era. They're like, I don't get VTubers, like why would you not stream with your face? Like they're so boomer about it, but it makes total sense. Like the things like not like from anything from like not needing to like do your makeup to like not getting doxxed, like not getting stalked, not getting harassed, it just goes on and on. I mean, sometimes the anonymity is nice too. Yeah, exactly. Like there's just so many reasons. But for me, one of the reasons is like, yeah, it might come as a surprise, but like a way that you might put it is that I intentionally nerfed myself as an attractive woman, and I feel like nobody should be mad at that, because there is also a lot of anger and resentment online about how certain people think it's unfair that like female streamers and the like can get ahead based on their looks, and that's unfair to people who are like not women or not attractive. So I feel like VTubing puts people on more of an even playing field, because regardless of how you're born, you have way more control over how you look as a VTuber, and you know, certainly I drew myself. This is my for anyone who's just coming in, just stopping by, I drew my own VTuber models. So yeah, this is not just the face that I was born with and didn't have to work for. I work for this big time. This is my personality. These are my thoughts and my ideas here, and so as a VTuber, I can still look like an attractive woman, but it's been watered down significantly, and then it gives me in return, in turn it gives me more freedom to be a philosopher, because I feel like that's harder as a flesh streamer, because people would just be sending like sexist messages in chat and like staring at my tits. I felt like it would be easier to be an idol and a philosopher at the same time as a VTuber, and the point of being an idol philosopher at the same time is to sort of try to attack and undermine the entire issue that brought me here in the first place, because the stereotype that people, especially women, can't be hot and smart or at the same time. There's this perception that like because of like competitive balance, that like hot women are like dumb as bricks and then smart women are like homely looking. I've even heard of stories of like smart women, like women working in like professions like STEM in professions, and like they have to like nerf themselves physically by like wearing ugly clothes or something like that for other people to take them seriously. And I read those stories and I'm like, that's what, like that seems messed up to me. That seems unfair. I would rather we live in a world where everybody, you know, regardless of the way that they look, whether they're attractive or like not attractive, is, you know, respected and judged fairly on the basis of like their abilities, their intelligence, and their personality, and that we don't let looks, whether they're good looks or bad looks, be a barrier to how we, you know, sort of perceive and treat people. So yeah, the reason I'm like, you know, like one of the main reasons that I'm an idol philosopher is to challenge that view that like, yeah, so I'm by doing this, I'm basically saying, hey, look, I'm actually glamorous and smart at the same time. Deal with that. I don't know. I don't know if so I hesitated to talk about this during my debut because like my debut already ran long, and also it was just kind of too maybe it was too political or had too much baggage attached to it during the just for that point in time. But it's the truth. I'm gonna hide. Maybe I'll hide this now. Or actually, I'm gonna try to wrap this up soon. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I have still multiple things that I wanted to talk about. And then another thing related to the idea of idol-philosopher is so I'm just gonna come out with this. Recently, I got my first hate comment as a VTuber. Somebody said something really mean to me. They said, I haven't seen you do much philosophy. And I tried to be respectful to them. Like I didn't, I didn't yell at them or anything, but like I didn't appreciate that. And they ended the exchange without apologizing. And you got a hate comment already? Congrats. Yeah, well, thanks, I guess. So yeah, I gotta yeah, that happened. And yeah, so like, but sometimes though, even feedback that is really negative and unfair can still sort of have a kernel of truth in it. So it was true that at the time, I hadn't really talked about philosophy as much as I could have on my channel, and that was like largely just due to my mental health issues, right? Because I had the intention to, I just sort of because of like anxiety, I would like forget to talk about what I wanted to like, talk about. I wouldn't like stick to the plan, and then I would like go off on tangents and then like run out of time and like stop streaming. So that person didn't have the context and they didn't care to hear it, and because of that, to me their comment came off as very uncharitable and discriminatory. But it did make me think that and it also kind of like, it kind of cut deep at the time, considering I was like already kind of, I felt really doubtful of myself, like about like regarding like being in the shadow of Axaeon and Charis and that kind of thing. And like a lot of these things were already on my mind, so I was thinking about like, okay, so like maybe I could be doing more philosophy on my channel, like how could I do that and stuff like that. Basically that leads me to sort of like my overarching philosophy for the channel itself. So first thing I realized is that, especially if I'm this was even before I made the decision to stop putting out Justice Spoken episodes regularly. So I figured, even if I'm doing Justice episodes every 2 weeks, that's still not often enough. Like if I'm only doing philosophy every 2 weeks and the rest of the time I'm not doing philosophy, I feel like I'm not living up to the title of a philosopher VTuber, and I want to though. So that means that I actually have to dedicate more of my live streams to philosophy, and try to make that the focus of on my channel, because especially for new VTubers, it can be dangerous to over diversify, and then like people visit your channel page and they see that your channel doesn't have a main focus and they get confused as to like what you're about, and then it drives them away. Like people do kind of want to like pigeonhole you and easily recognize your niche at the beginning. And I realized that like, okay, if I have a lot of interest, like drawing and singing and like music, but just for the sake of growth and just in terms of what most closely aligns with my mission, if I had to pick one thing right now, it would be philosophy. So I'm you know, I decided to make that a more prominent part of my branding. And then in terms of and then like what do I say next? Because I'm running out of time, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to say this. Okay, so going into this, my sort of vision for the channel would be that in the beginning I would be doing videos and live streams and hopefully pick up an audience that way, and then once I had established somewhat of an audience and an income, I could invest that income and take advantage of the exposure that I had at my fingertips to doing bigger projects, including like publishing things, like maybe like, you know, books and stuff. But it doesn't make sense to do that now when I don't have the audience and basically like don't have the funds for it. And then the kinds of things I would publish would basically be like doing philosophy through art. So that's actually kind of my vision for this channel. Like, I'm not just the way that like the medium through which I'm doing philosophy isn't just, you know, just doing lectures. Like that's like Axe's thing. Like he's got that on lock. Axaeon is like the best that you know, the best that VTubing has to offer in terms of philosophical pedagogy. And but so that's not me. You know, my niche is going to be, you know, I'm gonna have a different spin on things. So you know, because I have such a strong passion for the arts, including visual arts and music, and writing as well. I also do creative writing. You know, this was something I lost sight of during the week or two when I had my anxiety was just really bad. But my plan all along has basically been to try to establish an audience first as an internet personality, and then once I have the means to start doing art, or no, the other way around, to just start doing philosophy through art, to, you know, write stories and maybe like draw things and stuff like that, and argue for my philosophy, for my positions through those. And that's the long-term plan for my channel. Like that's gonna take like years and years. So that's something I didn't, you know, have plans to be open about that, but especially was it like, yeah, I mean, especially after I got that hate comment, I feel the need to you know, put that out there now, just to preemptively stave off any future comments of a similar nature, like, I haven't seen you do much philosophy. Like, are you kidding me? But anyway, yeah. Then what else should I talk about for today? This isn't the timing for this is awkward now. Oh, and by Leon, he has an appointment to go to. So this is a bit awkward. This isn't the best timing for this now, but I don't know if you're still here, Ashers, but this I thought of after something you said in the Soul Calibur stream about how the idea of a philosopher with a sword is surprising. I just wanted to say that I personally, and this actually this nicely ties into the recent discussion we had about ethics and violence, because I was thinking that personally, I think that being okay, like normally you might not you know, picture a philosopher with a sword. But I'm not just any philosopher, right? I'm a philosopher of justice. I'm justice incarnate. I actually think that being a warrior might be indispensable to being a philosopher of justice. and I don't necessarily mean just being like a literal warrior, meaning, you know, someone who, you know, fights physically, but a warrior spirit, you know, someone who is willing to you know, step to the front lines and stand up for their principles, even in an intellectual arena, like even when it comes to just like, you know, debating you know, opposing viewpoints. I think it's necessary to be brave and valorous, you know, if you mean to successfully represent and enforce justice. Having said that, though, I find there's something to be very ironic and amusing about how, out of the three of us philosophy VTubers, Charis is like the most combative, and like he will like he's like the most like unnecessarily competitive. He'll like suggest like it's hard to describe it if you haven't like seen him in action, but he'll be like, yo, we should like make this a contest between, and then I'll just be like, what are you saying, like, what, this doesn't why are you making this like an unnecessary competition? But he's also like a cowardly lion, and then I'm a self-proclaimed warrior. But the actual strongest philosopher VTuber is Axaeon, and he's the nicest. I mean, in the wise words of Teddy Roosevelt, speak softly and carry a large stick. Is that something he actually said? I kind of like the sound of that. I just want to make sure that quote isn't apocryphal. Socrates might still be with us today if he had put his would-be poisoners to the sword. I thought he was executed, or was he executed via poisoning? I thought he was hanged in Athens. Okay, let me figure out how to close out this stream, because I should go soon as well. Yeah, so I mean, one of the reasons I so, you know, like going back quickly to the whole idol-philosopher thing, so I'm really glad so far with how like you guys have basically fully accepted me as a philosopher, you know, VTuber so far. Like, no one has said, I did, you know, I'm not naive. Like, I did, you know, anticipate that there would be the possibility of like sexist comments, but absolutely nobody has said anything like that so far. Like, nobody has said anything like, yeah, well, Axe and Charis are guys, and like, you're not. Everybody has like just fully and unquestioningly acknowledged me as a philosopher VTuber, to the point where like so far I've noticed that on stream that whenever I do delve into philosophy, like that is both the time when I have the most fun and when my audience seems to be having the most fun. And it's almost like going into this, I threw out multiple fishing lines. I did think, you know, I could be multiple things, and there are multiple things that could catch on here, but the fishing line that came back in the biggest way is philosophy. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited to do more of that. I wonder how many ancient Greek philosophers had some military background. I'm not sure either, but I do know that yeah, like I think there was one philosopher who got like murdered because he was like distracted, and then like sorry, I don't remember his name, but I feel like a lot of those philosophers, like, yeah, if they had a military background, they could have had longer life expectancies. It was his philosophy on global expansion. He was forced to drink hemlock. Oh, I thought he was hanged. That feels like a very like Hunger Games coded method of execution. Plato could probably throw hands. I could show the schedule for today, but I mean, I've already posted it everywhere, so well, maybe I'll do that at the very end. I mean, basically, besides that, I'm also meant to show this last week, but this is also something I drew, and I've been using this in a few places. And actually, now that I've put it on a white background, I can see it's got some transparency issues, so I don't want to look at it anymore. Bye bye, quick Gremlin Tia. Speaking of art, yeah, so maybe. No, that's wrong. Yeah, maybe I should show the schedule now. Speaking of art, just a heads up that throughout the month of December, I will be streaming a little less than I did in November. Sometimes I'll some weeks I might only be streaming twice a week. The reason for that is like a lot to do with how, you know, December is like a busy month with the holidays, and also I feel like rather than streaming, I want to take more time to just catch up on like the backlog of work that I would like to do, especially drawing. I haven't been drawing as much as I wanted to lately because of like health issues and stuff. By the way, anyone noticed my new starting screen? I animated that. I originally wanted to have that for my debut. Obviously, that didn't happen. My other starting screen was always just meant to be a placeholder. I animated that based on an old animation that I started and never finished, and I basically repurposed it for this VTubing stuff for my channel. It's actually a rotoscoped animation of a Taylor Swift GIF from the Reputation concert footage. I did notice the new starting screen. Yeah, this was what it was supposed to be from the very beginning, although it's still a work in progress. I did want to have it for the collab. I wanted to start using it for the collab. Didn't fully finish it, but that's okay. Another thing that I wanted to have for my debut and still haven't done is my reference sheet. I have started on that. Hopefully I can post it sometime this week. I'll be working on that. It's amazing. It's an amazing strut. Yeah, like, well, I don't know how much credit I can claim for that as an artist. It's mostly Taylor Swift. Oh, and Ava says it looks good though. Good job, thanks. Teddy Roosevelt was pretty famous for that quote. He said it often in his style of diplomacy. Was even named after it. Maybe I'm just out of the loop because I'm not American. Yeah, so I'll be streaming less, but that doesn't mean I'll be slacking off. Absolutely not. I will actually be so yeah. Rather than streaming, I'll be trying to produce more art instead. So it'll just be a different type of content. So look forward to that. And then I guess right now I have like maybe 2 more things to say. Let me check quickly. Yeah, it's just about how in the beginning I was really hoping to not hide per se, but downplay my mental health issues, because a few months before my you know, leading up to my debut, I found that my mental health had mostly been doing a lot better than it had been in the last few years, and I was having a lot of, you know, confidence in myself because I didn't want to debut when I was still in the thick of things. But I had a lot of hope. I was like, oh, I'm you know, getting a lot better. You know, I feel like I can talk to people. I have a lot more, you know, control and confidence. And then I think just like the stress of like crunching pre-debut and then like the unexpected pressures of streaming caused my mental health to crash again, unexpectedly and ironically. And then you know, sides of me came out that you know, I feel like don't represent my real self or my best self. Like they're basically like trauma trauma selves, you know, harkening back from when I was younger and when my life was different. And I've been sort of conflicted and embarrassed about that, worrying like, are people, you know, what are people gonna think of me, especially if they pop into one of those VODs and that's their first exposure to me? They're gonna think like I'm always like this. But yeah, I mean, so I was hoping to downplay it. I was hoping to be like, okay, so yeah, I have like, I had like, you know, I've had trauma and like, and you know, I've had mental health issues, but that's all in the past, and now I'm healthy, and you know, we can just kind of like move on and be normal. It hasn't worked out that way. So like the cat's out of the bag. I still have mental health issues, and you know, it was just sort of an image or a label that I wanted to escape, because the Menhera sort of archetype has a lot of baggage attached to it in the VTuber community, and is a bit overdone. So I wasn't very interested in leaning into any of that. But at the same time, if I'm going to be some kind of poster child, or at least advocate for trauma and mental health issues, which I do still, you know, want to be to an extent, maybe it's just more authentic and genuine if you can actually see me struggling with mental health issues for real, but also you know, manage and overcome them, you know, rather than be ruled by them, and maybe through doing that help to dismantle some of the really unfortunate stereotypes about mental health out there. That doesn't really lead into my next and final point or anything. The last thing I want to say for today is just to remind everyone that I once again I am blocking. It's look. It's at 4 o'clock Eastern, aka Charis, affectionately called Charis Standard Time. I am collabing. I'm doing a discussion collab with Charis Euphranor on his channel, on Charis Euphranor channel, this coming weekend on Saturday, December 13th. We are going to be I am going to be confronting him about how cruel and unjust he is to his own fan base in my capacity as Justice Incarnate. So for those of you who you know, discovered me through me and don't know Charis and Axaeon as well, I give them both my seal of approval as content creators and as people. So feel free to subscribe to both of them. You know, that way if I ever appear on their channels, you know, you won't miss it. And yeah, just I hope to see you there. I hope to see some lots and lots of familiar faces there, because I think without spoiling too much, I think Charis and I have something like really good planned for this. So I think you won't want to miss it. I would love to see you there. Berserker says, absolutely, it's important to dismantle the stigma around mental health. Yes. Thank you for understanding. And with that said, I think it's time to end stream, because I'm feeling pretty tired, and I wonder if you can tell that I've been losing steam for maybe about half an hour now. I need to take a break and rest. That's the life of someone with chronic health issues. Yeah, this is a good time to end stream. So thank you so much, everyone. You've been such a great audience today. This was really fun, and you know, despite me sort of, you know, going like talking like you know, mentioning my mental health issues. I do feel that overall, I've been getting better with each passing week. I think you would agree. I hope you would agree. I hope you notice. Last week I was still having a bit of a noticeable bit of anxiety, even though I had addressed it and was already trying to sort of like, you know, keep it under control. I think this week I'm even better than that, although there's just still a bit of stress and therefore inflammation. So yeah. Thank you so much, and thank you for celebrating my 1 month anniversary with me. So yeah, I think like unlike previous weeks, I actually stayed on topic and talked about everything that I really wanted to talk about today, and that's the first. So fingers crossed. So I really am getting better. So yeah. Happy 1 month, Tia. See you later. Yeah, so thank you for watching. This was Tia Faire channel. I'll see you next time. Otsukaresama. Bye bye.